May 2025, Chinese President Xi Jinping made a landmark visit to Russia, marking a pivotal moment in the relationship between the two nations. The occasion was set against the backdrop of the 80th anniversary of the Soviet Union's victory in the Great Patriotic War, an event of deep historical significance for both countries. During this visit, Xi and Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a major agreement that elevated their bilateral ties to a new level. This move signaled a clear intent to deepen cooperation across political, economic, and strategic domains. The visit underscored both countries' commitment to forging a closer partnership amid shifting global dynamics and growing tensions with the West. By choosing this moment for such a significant diplomatic gesture, China and Russia demonstrated their shared priorities and the importance they place on collaboration in an increasingly complex international environment.
In May 2025, Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a landmark document that ushered in a new era of cooperation between their countries. This agreement elevated China-Russia relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership of coordination for a new era, the highest diplomatic status recognized by China. The partnership emphasizes deep political collaboration, strategic alignment on global issues, and mutual support across security, economic, energy, and technological sectors. While not a formal military alliance, it closely resembles a long-term strategic axis, reflecting both nations' intent to strengthen their joint influence on the world stage. The document also sends a clear political message to the West, advocating for a multipolar world order and rejecting the Cold War mentality. This development marks a significant shift in the geopolitical landscape, with China and Russia positioning themselves as unified partners in response to external pressures.
The comprehensive strategic partnership of coordination for a new era represents the highest level of diplomatic relations recognized by China. This designation signals a deep and ongoing commitment to political cooperation between China and Russia, extending far beyond routine diplomatic engagement. It involves strategic coordination on international issues, with both countries aligning their approaches to global affairs to enhance their joint influence. The partnership also includes mutual support in key areas such as security, economic development, energy, and technology. While it does not constitute a formal military alliance, it closely resembles a long-term strategic axis, indicating a robust and enduring relationship. For both nations, this elevated partnership is designed to strengthen their geopolitical standing and ensure sustained collaboration across multiple sectors. The foundation of the China-Russia partnership rests on several key elements that define its scope and ambition. Deep political cooperation ensures that both countries maintain a consistent and aligned approach to governance and policymaking. Strategic international coordination allows China and Russia to present unified positions on global issues, amplifying their voices in international forums. By increasing joint geopolitical influence, the two nations seek to shape regional and global dynamics in ways that reflect their shared interests. Mutual support extends across critical sectors, including security, economic development, energy resources, and technological innovation. This comprehensive approach not only strengthens bilateral ties, but also positions both countries to respond effectively to external challenges and opportunities. Although the newly established partnership between China and Russia is not classified as a formal military alliance, it bears many characteristics of a long-term strategic axis. This arrangement signals a deep and ongoing commitment to political, economic, and security cooperation. Both nations have agreed to coordinate closely on international issues, enhance joint geopolitical influence, and support each other across key sectors such as energy and technology. The partnership also includes regular military drills and intelligence sharing, further strengthening their security ties. While there is no binding defense pact, the level of collaboration and mutual support sets a precedent for sustained strategic alignment between the two countries. During their recent summit, Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin delivered a clear political message to the West. They jointly rejected the so-called Cold War mentality, which divides nations into opposing blocs and perpetuates geopolitical rivalry. Both leaders criticized Western-led military alliances, particularly NATO, arguing that such organizations contribute to global instability rather than fostering cooperation. Their statement emphasized the need for a multipolar world order, where power is distributed among multiple centers rather than dominated by a single bloc. Analysts interpret these remarks as a strategic response to increasing pressure from the United States and Europe, highlighting a unified stance between China and Russia. This approach signals their intention to reshape international relations and challenge existing Western-led structures. China and Russia have jointly advocated for the establishment of a multipolar world order, emphasizing the need for multiple centers of global power rather than dominance by any single nation or bloc. This vision challenges the traditional influence of Western-led alliances, such as NATO, and seeks to promote a more balanced international system. In their recent agreements, both countries have expressed strategic unity, presenting a coordinated front in response to growing pressure from the United States and Europe. Their partnership signals a rejection of the so-called Cold War mentality, which divides nations into opposing camps. By aligning their diplomatic and strategic interests, China and Russia aim to reshape global governance and increase their collective influence on international affairs. China's position on the Ukraine war is guided by three core principles. First, China opposes any expansion of the conflict beyond its current scope, emphasizing the importance of containing hostilities. Second, it firmly rejects the possibility of nuclear escalation, underscoring the need to prevent the use or threat of nuclear weapons. Third, China calls for external actors to refrain from actions that could further fuel the war, advocating for non-interference by outside parties. These principles reflect China's diplomatic approach, which seeks to balance its relationship with Russia while promoting stability and de-escalation in the region. China's approach to the Ukraine conflict reflects a careful diplomatic balancing act. While Beijing has reiterated its three guiding principles, opposing the expansion of the conflict, discouraging nuclear escalation, and urging external actors not to fuel the war, it has stopped short of endorsing Russia's actions. Instead, China maintains a stance that promotes stability and non-interference, signaling its desire to avoid direct involvement. At the same time, China continues to deepen its partnership with Russia, strengthening economic, energy, and strategic ties. This nuanced position allows China to support its ally without compromising its broader international relationships or appearing to condone the war. The result is a complex diplomatic posture that prioritizes both regional stability and the advancement of China-Russia cooperation. China and Russia have pledged to significantly expand their cooperation in key economic and energy sectors. This includes joint efforts to develop oil, gas, and nuclear energy projects, aiming to enhance energy security and diversify supply sources for both nations. The partnership sets an ambitious target to boost bilateral trade beyond $240 billion, reflecting a strong commitment to deepening commercial ties. Both countries plan to conduct more transactions in their local currencies, reducing reliance on the US dollar and strengthening financial independence. Additionally, collaboration will extend to technology, artificial intelligence, microchips, and digital infrastructure, supporting innovation and modernization. These initiatives are designed to help Russia counter Western sanctions, while providing China with access to more affordable energy resources. Overall, The agreement marks a new phase in economic and energy cooperation between the two nations. China and Russia have announced plans to conduct more of their bilateral transactions using local currencies, aiming to reduce their reliance on the US dollar. This move is designed to insulate both economies from potential external financial pressures and sanctions. By settling trade in yuan and rubles, the two countries seek greater financial autonomy and stability. In addition to currency cooperation, the partnership includes ambitious collaboration in technology sectors such as artificial intelligence, microchip development, and digital infrastructure. Joint efforts in these areas are expected to accelerate innovation and strengthen both nations' competitiveness in the global tech landscape. These initiatives reflect a broader strategy to deepen economic integration and technological independence between China and Russia. Economic and energy cooperation between China and Russia offers significant advantages for both nations. For Russia, expanding trade and joint projects with China helps to mitigate the impact of Western sanctions, providing alternative markets and financial channels. By conducting transactions in local currencies, Russia further reduces its dependence on the US dollar, strengthening its economic resilience. China, on the other hand, benefits from access to more affordable energy supplies, including oil, gas, and nuclear resources. This arrangement supports China's growing energy needs and enhances its energy security. Additionally, collaboration in technology and infrastructure opens new opportunities for innovation and growth in both countries. Overall, these cooperative efforts reinforce the strategic partnership and provide mutual economic stability. Security and defense coordination form a critical component of the China-Russia partnership. Both countries have committed to conducting regular joint military drills, which serve to enhance operational coordination and mutual understanding between their armed forces. Intelligence cooperation is another key aspect, with the sharing of information aimed at strengthening each nation's security measures. The agreement also emphasises the protection of core security interests, ensuring that both sides support each other in safeguarding their national priorities. While this partnership does not constitute a formal defence pact, it represents a significant step toward deeper strategic alignment in the realm of security. Such collaboration signals a mutual commitment to maintaining stability and addressing shared challenges in an increasingly complex global environment. The newly elevated partnership between China and Russia marks a significant milestone in their bilateral relations, particularly in the realm of security cooperation. By reinforcing joint military drills, intelligence sharing, and mutual support for core security interests, both nations have demonstrated a commitment to deeper strategic alignment. While this agreement stops short of a formal military alliance, it closely resembles a long-term strategic axis that could reshape regional and global power balances. The comprehensive partnership also sends a clear message to the international community, challenging existing Western-led security structures and advocating for a multipolar world order. As China and Russia coordinate more closely across economic, technological, and defense sectors, their collaboration is likely to influence the trajectory of global geopolitics for years to come.